Planning a trip this year? You may want to watch this to avoid falling victim to one of these travel scams. These scams are designed to take advantage of tourists who are often unfamiliar with the local customs, language, and environment. From taxi overcharges to counterfeit money schemes, these scams can turn a dream vacation into a nightmare. The good news is that this video will equip you with the knowledge to avoid falling victim to these scams. Let's get right into the top 10 common travel scams to watch out for. Maya Tien Tuai. First on our list is the taxi overcharge scam. This crafty trick involves drivers taking you on a scenic tour of the city, which sounds lovely until you realize it's just an unnecessarily long route to your destination. The result? An inflated fare that leaves you lighter in the pocket. Another variation of this scam is when drivers declare a fixed price for the journey, claiming the meter is broken or that this is the standard rate. But beware, these fixed prices are usually far higher than the actual cost of the trip. So, how can you avoid falling prey to the taxi overcharge scam? Here's a pro tip. Always negotiate the fare before you start the journey or insist on using the meter. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it can save you a few bucks and a lot of frustration. Always ensure to negotiate the fare before the journey or insist on using the meter. Next up is the friendly local scam. I fell for this scam in Morocco. This scam is classic and often played out in tourist hotspots worldwide, though I found it quite common in Morocco. You're wandering around, map in hand, looking a bit lost. Suddenly, a friendly local approaches, offering to show you around or guide you to your destination. Sounds like a lovely gesture, right? Unfortunately, this might not always be the case. Often these seemingly helpful locals lead you to overpriced shops, where they receive a commission on anything you buy. And that's not all. Some might even demand money for the tour they've provided after the fact. It's a clever trick, exploiting the trust of travelers who are unfamiliar with the area and local customs. So what can you do to avoid this scam? Simple. Be wary of unsolicited offers from overly friendly strangers. Remember, genuine locals will likely be busy going about their day, not hanging around tourist spots looking to help. Be cautious of overly friendly strangers offering unsolicited help. Third on our list is the fake police scam. Now this is a tricky one. Imagine you're exploring a new place and suddenly you're approached by someone claiming to be a police officer. They might look the part, uniform and all, but something doesn't feel right. This is where the fake police scam comes into play. These fraudsters pose as law enforcement officials, often alleging that you've broken some obscure local law or that they need to inspect your belongings for security reasons. The real objective, though, is to get their hands on your valuables. Remember, real police officers have identification, and they're required to show it if asked. If you're ever in this situation, don't be afraid to ask for it. And, most importantly, never hand over your personal belongings. If you feel threatened, head to a public place or the nearest police station. Always ask for identification and never hand over your personal belongings. The fourth scam to be aware of is the distract and grab. This common trick plays out in various ways across the globe. A stranger might drop something near you, or a group of kids could suddenly start a street performance. While you're engrossed, another person swoops in to snatch your bag or pick your pocket. The essence of this scam is diversion. The scammers rely on your attention being captured by something else while they quietly rob you. It's a simple yet effective trick and can happen anywhere at any time, in broad daylight, crowded places, or even in a seemingly safe spot. The best way to counter this is to always be aware of your surroundings. Don't let your guard down, even when you're enjoying the local sights and sounds. Keep your belongings secure and within sight, and avoid carrying valuable items in easily accessible places. Remember, caution is your best defense against this scam. Stay alert and keep your belongings secure at all times. Halfway through our list, we have the fake petition scam. This crafty trick is often used in crowded tourist hotspots. Here's how it works. You're approached by a seemingly kind-hearted individual or group, often posing as volunteers for a charitable cause. They ask you to sign a petition, usually for a cause that tugs at your heartstrings. Once you've signed, they demand a donation for their cause. Now, here's the catch. The petition isn't real, and neither is the cause. These con artists are banking on your good nature and the element of surprise to pressure you into parting with your cash. The donation they're asking for, it goes straight into their pockets. So, how do you avoid falling for this scam? It's simple. Be wary of strangers approaching you unsolicited with petitions, especially if they're asking for money. If you're unsure, do a quick internet search on the cause they're promoting. Politely decline any unsolicited petitions or donations. Let's discuss Scam 6, the Overbooked Hotel. This standard trick continues to fool the unsuspecting. Imagine this. You've landed, you're exhausted, you just want to check into your hotel. However, the taxi driver has different ideas. They say there's been a mistake and your hotel is overbooked. They recommend another place, assuring its superior quality. What they omit is its higher cost and their commission for your redirection. Susceptibility is high when you're jet-lagged and unfamiliar with the surroundings. However, your hotel booking is your responsibility, not the taxi driver's. If confronted with the overbooked scenario, insist on your original hotel. Always verify your accommodation independently. Next, we have the money switch scam. This is a sneaky trick that vendors or taxi drivers might use to make a few extra bucks at your expense. Picture this. You hand over a $50 bill to pay for something that costs $20. The vendor takes your money, turns around for a split second, and then whips back around to tell you that you've only given them a 10. You're certain you handed over a 50, but they're holding a 10. What's happened here? It's the classic money switch. They've quickly and covertly swapped your larger bill for a smaller one, claiming you've underpaid. It's a scam that relies on your confusion and the fact that you might not be familiar with the local currency. So, remember, always count your change and monitor your transactions. It's a simple step that can save you a lot of hassle and money in the long run. The 8th scam to watch out for is the broken camera. This one is a classic trick that's been around for a while, but is still surprisingly common in 2024. Here's how it works. A friendly stranger approaches you, asking you to take a picture of them with their camera. You agree because why not? It's a simple favor. But as soon as you have the camera in your hands, it falls apart or stops working. The stranger then accuses you of breaking their camera and demands that you pay for the damages. The catch is, the camera was already broken. It's a crafty scam that preys on your good nature and willingness to help others. So, next time a stranger asks you to take their picture, be cautious. Perhaps offer to use your own device instead. Be wary of taking responsibility for strangers' belongings. The ninth scam on our list is the free bracelet. Now, this might sound like a harmless act of generosity at first. A friendly stranger approaches you, offering a pretty, handcrafted bracelet as a gift. They may even tie it onto your wrist before you have a chance to decline. But beware, this seemingly innocent interaction is, in fact, a carefully crafted deception. Once the bracelet is securely tied on your wrist, the friendly stranger suddenly transforms into a persistent seller, demanding payment for the free bracelet. They may even claim that it's for a good cause, but don't be fooled. This is a classic travel scam designed to catch you off guard and pressure you into paying for something you didn't ask for. So, the next time a stranger offers you a free bracelet or any other gift, remember this scam and stay vigilant. Politely decline any free gifts. Last but not least, we have the counterfeit money scam. This scam can be a little trickier to spot, especially if you're not familiar with the local currency. Here's how it works. You're at a local market or perhaps a street food vendor. You pay for your item and the vendor hands you your change. But instead of legitimate currency, you've been handed counterfeit notes. These fake bills can be convincing, especially when you're in the hustle and bustle of a busy marketplace. The vendor might seem trustworthy, or you might simply not be familiar enough with the currency to spot the fake. Unfortunately, if you try to use these counterfeit notes, you could find yourself in a tricky situation. You might not be able to make further purchases, or worse, you could get into trouble with local authorities. So remember, it's always vital to familiarize yourself with the local currency and inspect your change carefully. That wraps up our list of 10 travel scams to watch out for in 2024. From the cunning taxi overcharge to the friendly local with ulterior motives, it's clear that vigilance is the traveler's best companion. And remember, the fake police, the distract and grab, and the fake petition. They all thrive on chaos and confusion. The Overbooked Hotel and money switch scams remind us that not all deceptions are street side. Some are carefully woven into the fabric of our transactions. The broken camera, free bracelet, and counterfeit money scams are proof that if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Traveling is an enriching, life-changing experience. Don't let these scams taint your journey. Equip yourself with knowledge and awareness. And remember, a healthy dose of skepticism never hurt anyone. Stay safe, stay informed, and enjoy your travels. Be sure to subscribe for travel tips.